Joe Rogan, UFC commentator, podcast king, elk meat enthusiast, and supposedly comedian. Now, some people swear Joe Rogan saved comedy, which is true. If by saved, you mean he strapped it to a treadmill, force-fed it testosterone, and made it talk about aliens for 4 hours. Let's be honest, Rogan ruined comedy. Not all at once, not on purpose, but slowly, like secondhand vape smoke. Back in the day, Joe was a legit comic. Clubs, sets, grind, all that. And then came Fear Factor. Nothing says stand-up credibility like watching people eat deer penis on NBC. But hey, at least he was building his brand. Joe Rogan, professional guy who screams at you. And credit where it's due. He called out Carlos Mencia for stealing jokes. That was his Batman moment. Except now it feels like Batman got rich, built a podcast cave, and started inviting every villain over to hang out and smoke weed. Because here's what Rogan did to comedy. He replaced craft with access. Used to be you had to actually write funny material. Now, you just need to sit on Rogan's couch and mumble about ayahuasca. Congrats, you're selling out arenas. Not because of your jokes, because Joe asked you if you've ever tried elk meat. And Rogan himself? His act is, let's call it caveman philosophy. Half his bits are, what if chimps had guns? And the other half is him making gorilla noises. Carlin gave us insight. Pryor gave us raw honesty. Rogan gives us a TED Talk with a protein shake. The ripple effect? Every comic turned into a Rogan clone. Now open mics are just dudes talking about MMA, keto, and how they almost tried DMT once. Like, thanks, man. I didn't come to a comedy club to hear your supplement plan. And let's not forget how Rogan broke the comedy economy. Used to be you spent 10 years grinding clubs, bombing every night, learning timing. Now, one appearance on Rogan, and Netflix is calling. He's not just a podcaster, he's an express lane to fame. And yeah, he boosted careers. Segura, Theo Vaughn, Ali Mack, all hilarious. But let's be real, they were already funny. Rogan just handed them a megaphone and a coupon code for Alpha Brain. The problem is, when Rogan made it easy, comedy stopped being about laughs and started being about clout. Why struggle for 5 minutes of material when you can just sit across from Joe and talk about Bigfoot? That's not comedy. That's a conspiracy sleepover. And Rogan turned comedy bro-y as hell. It's not jokes anymore. It's life advice from your divorced uncle who owns too many kettlebells. He'll tell you about society collapsing, diet hacks, and why wolves are the true alphas. And the punchline is always, buy my supplements. So did Joe Rogan kill comedy? Not exactly. But he definitely turned it into CrossFit. Sweaty, repetitive, full of people who won't shut up about how it changed their life. And somehow, you're not sure if you're supposed to laugh or just sign up.